And you close the window whenever. Here we are. No one reducing. Then the Zoom page never.
From here. Hello. Good afternoon, Facebook family. Thank you so much for joining me, Woman of Influence here. Trying to do my lighting here. Okay, it's better. Thank you so much once again for joining me Tuesday. I don't know where you are, but I pray that the grace of God is keeping you and you swimming in abundance of God, and God is taking care of you and your family in this situation. We thank God. God has been good. You know, God has been good. God is gracious. So let's continue to thank Him for His goodness, and let's be thankful of what God is doing in our life. So thank you once again. Thank you. Today we are just going to look at how to handle some of the stress that have come up with this season that we find ourselves in. So Pastor Nana is going to join me. So in a few minutes, if you can, okay, here she is. Okay, here she is. Okay.
Hi, Pastor.
Let me see. So I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah. Can you see me?
I think you're on mute.
I am.
Okay, you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you, yes.
Okay, good. Perfect. So welcome to Woman of Influence. How is the family?
Everybody's doing great. Actually, I have the baby right beside me.
Oh my God, my baby, my March baby. My March baby.
Uh-oh. Behave yourself.
Okay, so I was trying to share the video with our viewers to tag them to come in.
Okay.
Let me do it right here. If we can share the video.
Sure.
And invite. I can hear my March baby's voice. Trying to share the video with right here. Okay, so yeah, you.
I was gonna share it.
It's just an awesome season we found ourselves in. How have you been doing?
I've been doing wonderful, adjusting to a new life.
Oh, I know.
Mother of 3. So.
Yes. Wow. So have the third one been a little bit different from all of them all?
Yes. I think every child is different. That is why the Bible says that we are all wonderfully and fearfully made and we are unique.
Yes. Oh, okay.
She's very different. She's very chilled, quiet. I think she's here to really show us a lesson and teach us a lesson because she doesn't complain too much. She gets her food. She's just chilling compared to the other two. So
wow. That's good. That's March bones.
Okay.
We are really good in our skin. Very comfortable and very nice. We don't like trouble.
If you want to see her, yes.
Hey, my baby. Look at her. Oh my God. Woman of Influence, look at my baby, my newborn. I just gave her to this wonderful lady to take care of her for me, but that's mine. Oh my God. That's it. Thank God for her life. Wow, what an awesome. All right, Pastor. So today I want us to look at, I know this season have caused a little bit stress here and there. And a lot of people, I was even looking at, listening to the news yesterday, and they says that mental health is going up, depression and all of those things, are going up. And I know that stress, too, is really going up out there. So this situation is nothing that any one of us, plan or even thought of, but we are in, and we have to just trust God to do, okay, let me turn this one down, to do what we have to do to really make sure that we are controlling our stress level, because at the end of the day, I know that stress too doesn't help us, going forward with our health. Right. So what can you do? In the first place, I want you to explain what is stress. So when we talk about stress, what is stress and what are some of the causes that happen when our body enter into stress?
So good afternoon, everyone, and Happy New Year. I know I haven't seen you guys since last year. And I also wanted to congratulate Pastor and Bishop on their new church building. It's beautiful. We love it. And it's definitely a motivation to all of us to also, we can also reach where you guys have reached. And my greetings to Bishop as well. And we all find ourselves in this difficult situation. This is something that none of us planned for or thought it will happen. Even, I didn't think that anything like this will happen during the time of my birth. But I found myself having a baby in the middle of a pandemic. And so I believe that this pandemic has affected each and every one of us from all walks of life. And it's time for us to know that it's here and find ways to deal with it and find solutions for it. And so I know that many of us, because of what has happened and because we did not prepare, we are in stress mode. And so before we talk about some of the things that we can do to adjust and to deal with this, I just want to talk about what stress is. What is stress?
Okay. Yeah.
Stress is our body's reaction to a change.
Okay.
Pretty much when something happens to us, our body feels it, and our body's way of dealing with that thing that has happened is what stress is.
Okay.
So we have positive stress and negative stress.
Okay.
And today we are going to talk about those two things. So when something happens, it can be a situation, it can be an event, it can be a thought, it can be an opinion.
Okay.
If we form a negative opinion about something, it can cause us stress. So when an event happens or something like that happens, our body is like, okay, right now I'm not working the way that I'm supposed to work because something happened. And so now I have to adjust myself to the thing that has happened.
Okay.
Right? For example, if you, God forbid, somebody gets into an accident or something, their body has to adjust to the fall that has happened. Okay. Their leg, they break their leg. Their leg is in stress mode because their leg was walking normally. And now that the leg is broken, the leg has to figure out a way to heal itself and to bring itself back to the original function. Okay. So that's stress.
Okay.
Okay. And you also asked for us to talk about what are some of the examples of stress. For example, that's what accidents. Okay. If we have a negative thought in our mind, that can cause us stress. Right? If have a negative perception about something, that can cause us. And so stress is anything, any event that causes us to not function the way that we were created. Amen.
She's like, why are you talking and I'm not in the video?
Right, exactly.
She wants to be in the video.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, go on.
So that is what stress is.
Okay.
So because we are in a pandemic and situations have changed where people are not working, people are not making money, people are away from their family, because some people cannot see their family.
Yeah.
That is a form of stress. That is causing stress to many, many, many people. And, you know, fortunately, some of us have been able to adjust, but some of us are not really doing well with it. And that is so that we can also give them some points on what they can do to deal with the sudden change that has all of us. Yes.
Okay. So I know that some the stress affects our emotions. You know, so sometimes it affects our emotion. It makes us get frustrated. We get angry. You know, we are nervous about all those things. So when you get to such a mood, you know, being angry about, a situation that, you know, you cannot really change. It's not like whether you are angry or you are anxious or you are frustrated, it will be, it can change the situation we find ourselves in. Okay, so how can we handle those anger and frustration and nervousness and all those? How can we, especially depression, how can we handle it in this situation? Yeah.
Okay. So before we even talk about some of the solutions and stuff like that, I just want to talk about the different types of stress. Like I said, we have positive stress and we have negative stress. So what happens with positive stress is that positive stress comes to push us to do something bigger than ourselves.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So if you are about to, you know, do a presentation or have an exam or do something really big or even plan an event, most of the time we go under stress, right? Because there's so many things that we need to do. We're thinking, we're running around, we're doing this, we're doing all of that. And at the end of the day, we're able to put a beautiful event together or pass our exam or, you know, and that is a positive stress because our energy came together to produce something that is beyond ourselves, something that is good, something that is going to help other people, right? So during that stage of planning, we go through stress, but the end result is a positive thing, right? So that is a good stress. But many a times we as people, the stresses that we go through is negative stress. Amen. And many times people are in negative stress all the time, all day, every day. And that is when things begin to happen. That is when people go into depression. That is when people go into panic attacks. That is when people go into sleepless nights and those things. And so today we're going to tackle the negative stress. And how it affects our body. Because believe it or not, negative stress that affects our body in a negative way.
Wow.
Okay. So before we even talk about the solutions, I want to talk about some of the things that happens to us when we go into negative stress. Which is the stress that causes a lot of things around us to break down. Okay. Now, when we go through negative stress, the negative stress can cause us to pretty much it affects our whole body from head to toe, from the top of our head to the sole of our feet. When our body goes through stress, it affects our whole body.
Wow.
Okay. Because our brain is overworking itself.
Okay.
And it's releasing hormones and chemicals because our body thinks that something bad is about to happen. And so it has to quickly do something to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what happens, for example, the example of some of the things that will happen is that all of a sudden our eyes begin to bulge out. You notice that when some people are upset, they bulge their eyes out.
Eyes, yeah.
Right? You know, like a monster or something like that. What is happening at that time is that, Mommy, it's okay. Uh-oh. Hold on, let me get Apostle. Apostle!
Daddy have to come to our rescue.
Yes. Hold on.
Yeah, if you are just joining us, we are talking about how to deal with stress. And Pastor Nana, who happened to be on the medical field, is helping us at this moment. She just have a baby, so she was just trying to be a mother and also trying to be a woman of influence, at the same time. A baby is a baby. It didn't work, so daddy have to come to our rescue.
Our rescue.
Yeah. Amen. So just go on, please.
So as I was saying, negative stress affects our body's internal balance.
Okay.
Our body, when it's working effectively, is at a balanced state. And so when we go through negative stress, it affects the balance, our internal balance, which means that every organ of our body is working overtime.
Okay.
And that is the reason why sometimes in the clinic, we'll have patients that come in and they have headaches all the time.
Oh, okay.
And when they have the headaches, the Tylenol doesn't help, the Motrin doesn't help. Even when they sleep, it doesn't help, you know. And sometimes they'll run all the tests on them, they'll do MRI and everything else, and the headache is still there.
Okay.
And it will take a good, whole, well-rounded practitioner to ask, what is going on in your life? And as you begin to dig deeper, you realize that they're going through some stress. That found a solution to, and that is what is affecting their headaches.
Okay.
Or sometimes some people will come in and they are having chest pain or chest palpitation, like their heart is beating very fast all the time, and they'll come in and they'll think that they have like some type of heart disease or something like that. You do all the tests in the whole wide world, everything is fine, but they're still having the same problem until you're able to dig and find out that, oh, they're going through something. Maybe they're going through a divorce, they're having problems at their job, or they're having relationship problems or something like that. And that is what is causing them stress. Or sometimes people will have stomach pains. A lot of stomach pains. They'll go to the hospital, they'll do all the testing, they'll still have it. So those things that I call negative stress is what is causing. Their body is working overtime. Their body is trying to fix the problem. So it thinks that if it works harder and stronger, it's going to bring the body back to balance. But it's because of the stress that the individual is experiencing is what is causing that. So in short, I'm going to say that stress affects our whole body from head to toe, from our brain to our feet. When we go through stress that we are not able to fix, it will affect our whole body in the sense that if we don't fix the problem and we continue to let our body work overtime, that is when many people begin to have chronic illnesses. Like some people will have chronic migraine. Some people will have high blood pressure because their heart is always pumping and pumping and pumping and pumping and pumping. And eventually they develop high blood pressure. Or some people will develop diabetes.
Okay.
Because when your body is overworking, your body has to release a lot of sugar for energy, because your body will need that energy. And so your body's firing all the sugar in your bloodstream to use it as energy. And so eventually too much blood in your bloodstream causes diabetes.
Wow.
So stress is not negative stress is not a good thing.
And you know, Pastor, the reason why I wanted us to talk about the stress issue is, I know, you know, I tell people around me, it's not that I don't know what's going on. I'm also living in, okay, I'm also living in the same situation. We have been having church, that's my work, you know, right. And the things have changed and everything. So I'm also in the same situation. But the reason why I don't want the situation to really overcome and, you know, make you depressed and it's like you are dying tomorrow is, you know, we can overcome this thing. When, you know, we have to learn to be stronger than what we are facing. Okay, because I know that at the end of the day, you need everything with even this pandemic and the disease that is out there, the virus. You still need your immune system to be very strong,
right,
to fight this thing. So if you are sitting down and you are worried and it's going to cause all this medical thing to come to you, then you are not helping yourself. And that has been one of the things that I want people to know, that, you know, it has happened before. Whatever is going on, we are not the first to experience this, you know. And I keep on telling the people around me that we have to make history out of this. And making history out of this situation is how you will handle yourself, how you will handle whatever you are going on. And after everything is said and done, you say that this situation didn't break me down. I was able to overcome it, you know. So I thank you for breaking it down. Please continue.
And Pastor, and I'm glad that you mentioned the immune system. Yes.
Yeah.
Stress, after going through a long period of stress, you break down your immune system, which is your body's defense to fight against diseases.
Okay.
Our body's defense against diseases. Yes. And so when this thing that has happened is not something that we all planned, we all didn't want this, but it's here. How do we deal with it so that we can move past it and overcome it? As opposed to letting it overtake us and overcome.
Yeah.
Right. And one of the ways to do that is to make sure that we strengthen our immune system. What are some of the things we can do so that we don't let it bother us too much, so that we're not having continuous headaches, so that we're not having chest pains, so that we're not having sleepless nights, because our body needs to rest at a certain point.
Yeah.
When our body rests, that is when healing happens. If there is something in our body that is a sickness, maybe we don't even know that we are sick yet, but when we rest, our body is able to turn things around. And so if we're not sleeping, then eventually that sickness that is there will surface, will show itself. Okay. Wow. So just like you said, it's so important that we figure out ways to deal with it so that it doesn't overtake us and it doesn't break us down.
Wow.
Because this can break us down if we don't find solution to it.
To what? Yeah.
This thing is beyond our control. It is only God that can help us in this situation. There's nothing that we can try, but at the end of the day, it's God that can help us.
That you know, that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. Because I mean, some of us, we've never experienced anything like this in our lifetime, you know, and it has been, you know, very the most difficult season. And it's like everybody is dealing with it. And the funny aspect of this thing is the unknown element that comes with it.
Right.
You know, so it's unknown. Every day you listen to the news, they're saying something else. They, you know, one time they said that, oh, no children. It's not about the children. It's not about teenagers. It's just about the aged and people with compromised immune system. Now children are being affected, teenagers are being affected. So this thing, the unknown element that comes with it, and it's like every day something different, something, you know, the news is different. Every day something else is happening. But you know, for me, I read Psalm 16 verse 8, and it has been one of my anchor throughout this season. It says, I have set the Lord before me always. You know, I have set the Lord always before me. And because he is at my right hand, I shall not be moved. You know, so this has been some the anchor, you know, Bible verse that I've been standing on. If I have set the Lord before me, then it's not the news that is before me. You know, it's not what the president is saying, the numbers that I issue and everything that is set before me. It's the Lord that is set before me. And it's really kind of make you relax a little bit with all, you know, with all that is going on. Because this thing is overwhelming.
Right.
You know?
The funny thing is that the medical professionals, is everything that they're doing is, I call it, is trial and error. That's just my own interpretation. Because they don't really know, they haven't found an antidote to this problem. And so when someone goes into the hospital, they are trying things, and they're trying things that they've tried in the past to see if it will work.
Okay. Wow.
You understand? They're trying the medication, like for example, they're trying the chloroquine because it has with in the past with an antiviral disease, and so they're trying to see if it will work. You understand? And one thing that the Lord taught me when I actually went to work last Friday for the first time was that no matter how much you try, you cannot keep yourself clean. Because before you go, you have your mask on. Before you go into the patient's room, you wash your hands, and after you're done, you wash your hands. But you touch the knob of the door before you went into the patient's room. You have to touch the knob to open the door. So by the time you come out of the room, you're still contaminated. You wash your hands again. By the time you get into the office to type your notes, your computer thing is dirty. It's like it's so. You're constantly washing. And I said, you know what? It is only God that can protect us.
Pastor, I believe that so much. I think even on Sunday, I was saying that, you know, with all this thing happening, at the end of the day, there's a God factor in it. Okay? Because for me, I think that the only place that I really go is the grocery shop. Okay? So I go to the grocery shop. I see fruit. You touch it. You don't know who touched it before you came and touched it.
Right.
You understand? So we are touching things. I mean, there's no way any one of us will say that we didn't expose ourselves to this thing. In a way, I know deep inside me, in a way, I was exposed in a way. But there is a God factor in this. And that's why we have to put our trust in God. If he say he is our protector, he's surely our protector. Because the last time I was listening to I think on the social media, because I foresee and I don't listen to them again. I think that thing has become the devil's seat. So I don't listen to them again.
Watch TV, so I don't.
Yes. You know, but on social media, and they are now even saying that, like, if I'm talking to you like the way I'm talking to you, and you are standing in front of me, you can even get this the virus. Right. Like, now what should we do again? Now we should, you understand? So there is a God factor in this, and that's why we really have to put our trust in God, that he is the one who will save us. He's the one who will protect us. He's the one that we have to put our 100% hope in it. And it will help with our stress level if we know that God will take care of us.
That's right. That is so right. And I also wanted to share a testimony before I came on maternity leave.
Yeah.
I think maybe a week or two before I came on maternity leave. I went to work that day. I ate, and I was on the labor and delivery floor.
Wow.
And I don't know what happened to me. All of a sudden, I started shaking. So I ran and I started throwing up.
Oh, God.
I tell you that I threw up all night, and I was like just shaking the whole time. So I left that morning. I didn't leave work. I left that morning. I called Apostle. I said, I don't know what happened to me, but I was very, very sick. Extremely. I came home, and do you know that for the whole week, everybody in my house was sick.
Wow.
My kids got sick. Apostle got sick. My babysitter got sick. Everybody got sick. And then later on, they were saying that people that got sick in February, maybe they were exposed to the virus or something.
Wow.
Because we were all walking around in the house like normal before all this thing happened. So who knows? Maybe I probably was exposed to, but God in his own way protected me and my family.
Yes, yes.
You know what I mean? So that is our starting point. In terms of solutions, God is our starting point.
Wow. God
is our starting point. It is God that is going to protect us. Amen. He says in his scripture in 3 John 1:2 that he wished above all that we will prosper in our health as our soul prospers.
Yeah.
So even in this pandemic, he still wants us to prosper in our health and in our soul.
Yeah, that's true.
And which means every aspect of our life. And so he is our starting point.
Wow.
In this whole situation. Because without him, we don't know what we're going to do, because nobody knows anything right now.
That's the whole thing.
So we have to use God as our starting point. He is our foundation. He is the one that we can run to for cover. And he has always told us that he is our strong tower. We run to him and we are saved. So that is our starting point.
Wow. And you know, Pastor, one of the thing that I used to comfort myself in is when the Bible says that God says that he is with us 24/7, always. So I sometimes see myself, okay, so it means that God is also experiencing this, you know, the same thing I'm experiencing. If he is with me 24/7, then everything I'm going to, God is experiencing it, and he will make it better, because he has power over he has power over this virus. He has power over anything that will happen in our life. So if he is with us, then he will make it right.
That's right.
He will make it right, and that will help with our stress level.
Right. And he also said that he has given us power.
Yes.
To spread over serpents and scorpions. So the power has already been given to us. We have it. We just have to exercise it in every aspect of our life, you know. And he also said that he has not given us the spirit of fear, but he has given us power, love, and sound mind. So when we are experiencing fear, that's not from God.
Yeah. But Pastor, don't you think that this situation, that the fear that comes with it have caused, that's what sometimes I think, have caused more people to be even sick than the sickness itself.
I agree.
That's the fear.
I agree. And that is why they need to come back to their first love, because if God says he hasn't given us the spirit of fear, he knows that when fear enters us, it's going to cause us a whole lot of problems. And that is why he told us that, you know, he has not given us the spirit of fear. And so the fear factor is a big thing, because when we are afraid, all of a sudden, we're not able to think straight.
Yeah.
Our heart begin to beat fast. And we just go crazy when we are fear. And so when fear happens to us, we're not able to function the way we're supposed to function. We are in stress mode when fear happens to us.
Wow.
Amen. And so God, in terms of solutions, God is our number one. He is our source. He is our foundation. And so it's time for us to turn to him to help us through this situation that is causing us stress.
Wow. Yeah, we have to. And what are some of the things we can do?
And so the first thing to do is we need to acknowledge that something is bothering us, that we are going through stress. Okay. We have to acknowledge that is something that is happening to us, because each and every one of us deal with stress differently. Some of us are able to overcome stress and move on quicker than others. Okay. So for those of us that are not really able to overcome it so quickly, and also depends on the type of stress. Two people can be exposed to the same stress, but the way one person will deal with it will be different from the way the other person will deal with it. Okay. Right? And so what we need to do is that we need to acknowledge that there is some type of stress in our life going on in our life, and what that stress is. We need to be able to pinpoint it. Sometimes we ourselves are not even able to pinpoint it. That is when we need something else to help us. That is when we need to seek counsel. Okay. Somebody else, like maybe a pastor, a counselor or a professional, or a friend or a family member. Somebody that can help us to identify. If we are not able to identify, we can go to them and say, you know what, lately I've been feeling this way, I've been feeling that way. I don't know what that is. It's causing me sleepless nights, it's causing me headache. And I just wanted to talk to you about it. We have to gather that courage to find somebody that we can trust, or that we trust to pour our hearts out to, so that the person will also be able to help us.
So it's very important to always have somebody in your life that you can talk to when the needs arise.
Right. Exactly. And sometimes I meet people and they say, oh, I don't have anybody, I don't have family like you do, and stuff like that. And I tell people all the time, I said, family does not have to be blood.
That's the whole thing.
Family does not have to be blood. If you have somebody in your community that you love, that you can connect with, that can be a mother figure. That's your mother right there. Or somebody that you can connect to, that you trust, that can be your sister. That's your sister right there. Take them in as your mother or your sister or your brother or your cousin, and have mutual respect for one another and build a relationship from there.
Okay.
And so once you build that relationship, when a situation like such arises, you can reach out to them for help. That you don't have to suffer by yourself and be by yourself. Your church is your family.
Yeah, and in this time, Pastor, I've been telling people not to really separate themselves, from the church, because now the only thing we can do is to call, email, text you, and those things. And if we doing all those things and you see somebody calling you, you won't pick, somebody email you, you won't reply, text, you won't respond. It's like you have really separated yourself from the family. And this is the time that you need people around. It's very, very important.
Right.
Please go on. Yeah.
Right. So definitely, once we have identified the problem, we will definitely need to seek help from somebody else other than ourselves. Okay. Which is our pastor, our friend, our family member, and so forth, to help us through this, or a professional. you know, and I know that people used to go to the psychologist or the counselor and see them face to face, but because of the pandemic, that's another issue. But you can actually telemedicine now.
Okay.
Meaning that you sit in front of them, just like how me and you and I are communicating, and they can still help you. You can tune in, they'll give you the information, and you can call them via FaceTime or whatever and still talk to them, because that is the mode of communication that we have now. So we have to use it to the fullest.
Okay.
You know, so we have to find somebody that has the ability to influence us positively, because there are some people that when you tell your problem to, they even make it worse. So
that's
we are able to identify somebody that influences us in a positive way so that they will be able to help us.
Okay, so Pastor, I have a question here. Please, if you have any question, you can ask. You know, Pastor is on the medical field, so that's why anytime I'm doing anything medical, I bring her, because she is on the medical field. So every question that you want to ask concerning how you are dealing with a situation or anything concerning your health or anything, she will be the best person to answer that. So please, if you have any question, you are welcome to ask. But I have a question here that says that how can you deal with how can you, it's right here, hold on, let me get it. Let me see, I just saw it. It says that, I think, how can you deal with stress and the stress and depression and frustration that comes with the, so it says that, okay, oh, no, I just saw it. Yes, it said, how can you deal with frustration and anger? How can you deal with it? Like with all that is going on. So you wake up and you are angry. And I think the last time we were talking about when we were dealing about the domestic issue going up, we spoke about that. You know, that when you wake up in the morning and you are angry or you are frustrated because of what is happening, you know, just I was even joking, just go to the back of the building and just punch the air or something. But how can people, for me, it's walking exercise, physical exercise, and those things help me a lot. But how can people deal with the anger and the frustration that comes with the situation we find ourselves in?
Right. Pretty much it boils down to what we are saying, identifying why you're having anger and frustration.
Okay.
What is the root cause of it?
Yeah.
Okay. And sometimes we know it, and if we don't know it, like I said, when we seek that outside help and we talk to them, they will be able to help us to identify the reason why we are frustrated, or you know what I mean? It can be, for example, maybe we weren't able to work, and so we couldn't meet our mortgage or our rent, or we couldn't put food on the table for our family. And as a result of that, we are upset and angry or mad or frustrated. And so the root cause of the problem is that there's no money to do the necessary things that we want to do. And so once we find out what the root cause is, then we will begin to start working towards a way to fix the root cause. Maybe we may need, when we speak to a professional or the other person, we may need immediate relief. Maybe the person may say, you know what, I'm going to help you by giving you like maybe $200, or I'm going to loan you some money that you can pay later on. So that is like a temporary relief. But at the end of the day, we need to find a long-term solution to the problem.
Yeah.
Maybe the job that the person is in this season, it's not working. So they have to, once they found temporary relief, which is the money that they need at that particular time, then we need to figure out what else can you do to find a different job so that you'll be able to meet your family requirements or to be able to pay your bills and stuff like that. So that person that they seek help from should be able to sit down with the person and find out a permanent solution to the problem so that they're not frustrated. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. Because that's the root problem. Maybe the money is the root problem. And so once they go through the steps on coming up with a permanent solution, that anger and frustration will go away. And another thing that that person can do is to help them to rechannel their energy.
Okay.
Because when you are upset and you are frustrated, you may do something that can cause a permanent damage to your family. You may hit your child, you may hit your spouse, you may punch a hole in your wall in your house, where at the end of the day, you'll still need money to fix that hole. That you know what I mean? So that person can also help the person to go through the emotions so that they can find a permanent solution to their frustration. Maybe, you know, go to the gym, like you said. When you wake up in the morning and you're feeling frustrated, of course you can go to the gym. Maybe you can go for a walk.
Yeah.
Or something to clear your mind, you know, listen to some music. Help the person that they seek help from should be able to help them, depending on who that person is, to come up with things that they can do, you know, to rechannel their energy from the usual anger and frustration. What helps them to calm down? Maybe the person can ask them, what helps them to calm down? Maybe when they listen to music, it helps them to calm down.
Yeah.
Maybe when they go out for a breather or for a drive, it helps them to calm down so that they don't exhibit a negative reaction.
Yes. And Pastor, I think if I can add to it, it's also very important for us to know what is very important in our life, you know, what we have to put effort in it, and some of the things that maybe we used to do that is not really, it's not important, it doesn't add anything to our lives, but we were so focused on it. And I was telling one of my assistants that, like, we used to think that, you know, like, especially my nails. I used to think that, oh, every 2 weeks I have to go and do my nails. It was on my list. It has been 3 months. I haven't gone to any nail shop. I do my own nails and I'm fine. It doesn't add anything, you know, to me. But some people, they think that because they are not doing their nails, the world is coming down. I haven't been in a physical salon for 3 months now. I've been doing my own hair and I'm fine. You know, I happen to even be on social media at least 3 times, Sunday, Tuesday, and Friday. I have to be, the whole world is watching me, but I've been able to fix my hair through all these things. I haven't been anywhere. Nobody has touched my hair. I've been able to do whatever.
You have adjusted.
You know, to do with my hair, and I'm fine. It doesn't add anything to me. It doesn't take anything from me. You know, so there are some things that I think that this situation really have to taught us that it's not like when you don't do it, the world is coming to an end.
Right.
You know, because we put so much effort. People will not have money in their account, but if they don't do their nails, it's like, oh no.
Oh, hell is breaking.
The world is coming. So even the money to eat, they will prefer to just go and to do their nails than to eat.
Right. Or to pay the like your shelf.
Bill, you know.
So in short, we have, like you said, we have to go through things in order of importance.
Yeah.
You know, and like you said, some people have not built that skill to be able to do that. And that is why they need someone to help them to do that. Okay. Some people don't have the ability to go over their emotions, that anything that happens, they need to react. And so this time is teaching us how we can deal with our emotions. Because this taught us that there can be things that can be beyond our control that we need to deal with. And if we don't deal with it, we cannot go to the next level. And so that is what this season is teaching us. But for the people that are not really able to, that is when they need us to help them and to talk through things with them and to show them things so that they will be able to deal with it, so that it doesn't take them down.
Wow. Any more points on how to deal with it? Yeah.
Yes. So definitely, since we know that stress can affect our immune system, we need to make sure that we're doing things that can strengthen our immune system, so that in case we are exposed, it won't affect us.
Okay.
Like you said, it's so hard to not be exposed, even though we are all trying very hard and we're using wisdom and everything else. We don't know if we're going to be exposed or not. But what can help us is our immune system. And so we need to make sure that we are doing things that can build our immune system. For example, the things that we eat. I know that many of us are home right now and we are cooking a lot, and we're making different recipes and stuff like that, which is great. It creates bonding between the family members and also helps to release stress. Some people, when they cook, it helps them to release stress. But whilst we are doing that, we also have to be careful that we are also making healthy choices.
Okay.
So that we don't come out of this pandemic even sick.
Oh my God. I'm telling you, some people, we won't even recognize them.
Right. So we have to make sure that we are making healthy choices. You know, when the pandemic happened, I think my sister went to the store. She said, "Oh my goodness, there's no chicken in the store. Everybody ate the chicken. The only thing you can find in there is fruits and vegetables." And I'm like, "Oh my goodness, the things that are supposed to build up our immune system, nobody's picking them up. People are actually picking it, and the paper towel and everything else."
Can you imagine?
And they're leaving things that can actually help to build our immune system, which is a lot of healthy fruits and vegetables, like dark leafy vegetables like spinach, kale, collard green, mustard greens. All the dark leafy green vegetables help to boost our immune system. And also our fruits like berries, blueberries, blackberries, strawberries. All those berries are very good, and it helps to build our immune system, and it doesn't have a lot of sugar.
Yeah.
You know, so we want to make sure that aside from all the cooking that we're doing, we're incorporating healthy fruits and vegetables in there, so that we're not getting sicker after this pandemic is over. Another thing that we can also do that helps to boost our immune system is exercise. I know many of us cannot go to the gym, but nowadays there's so many things that they're doing on social media that we can join. I know my sister joins this guy who's on Facebook. He comes on, I think, 12 noon every day and 6 p.m. every day, and they're working out with many people for an hour.
Wow.
So you can join that. I personally just started working out last week, and I've joined this African dance class.
Okay.
Because
is it the two couples? There are two couples?
No, this is a mother and a daughter.
Oh, okay. Because I have one that there's husband and wife.
Okay.
Yeah.
You may have to share that with me so I can do it with Apostle.
Oh, okay. It's a husband and wife, and they are Christian, so kind of it's based on how our bodies is the temple of God.
Okay.
And when you're exercising, so it's just Christian music, and it's very good. So I use that one, and of course I go to the park to walk like 4 to 6 months every morning. So that's what yeah.
So definitely when we work out, so you have to figure out what kind of workout you like to do. Some people like, pumping iron and doing all that stuff. That's their way of workout. But some people want to listen to their own music and dance to it. That's fine. As long as you're pumping hard, your body is moving, that's all that is important. And so exercise is very important. And some of us, like you said, like to go to the park. So whichever exercise that you like to do, you just want to make sure that you're incorporating that into your daily routine.
Okay.
To keep your body healthy.
Wow.
Another thing, when I put it down, I laughed about it, but I know it's very important, is for us to practice safe sex.
Okay.
When I say safe sex, I hear that because many couples are home now, the sexual drive is very high, especially the men's sexual drive is very high. And I heard some women complaining on Facebook or social media that since they've been home, the sex drive is very high.
But they don't have anything to do. So what do you think?
Exactly. But it is a good form of exercise.
Yes.
And it helps to relieve stress, and it also helps to build up our immune system.
Oh,
but when I practice safe sex, if you don't want to have a baby, you want to practice safe sex, because when that baby comes, it will cause another new stress.
But it's going, after this, there's going to be a lot.
Oh, yeah. There's going to be a lot of corona babies. But if that is not what you want, whilst you're at it, building up your immune system and exercising, you want to make sure that it's safe, so that, because I've heard people say, oh my God, if I get pregnant, I'm going to jump off a bridge. And they're very serious about it.
Oh no, God.
So we don't want it to be hazardous.
Yes.
We want it to be fun and release stress. Amen.
Okay.
And the last thing I want to add is that do something new. This thing that has come to help us to do things out of the box. Amen. Do That's something new. Something that we've never done before, something that we've always wanted to do, that we never had time to do it. Now is the time.
Yeah.
God calls us to be behind closed doors, so that when we come out, new things, new ideas, new inventions will come out of us. And so instead of stressing and being frustrated and doing negative things that can cause a permanent damage to us and to our family, now is the time to rechannel the stress to do something new, something that we've always wanted to do that we never did.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give example for myself. Right now, I've always wanted to have a garden, and so I got some people together to help me to make a garden. So I have a very
that's beautiful. Wow.
Now. And I picked vegetables that we usually eat on a daily basis, and I decided to plant it, so that, because we don't know how long we're going to be in this pandemic, so that at least for the whole summer and hopefully the whole winter, we will have vegetables that we can eat throughout, and we will save money. So that is something new.
That's so good. I always want to do that. I always want to plant my own things, but
so Pastor, what we
it doesn't help me when I do it. Die.
So we got some. Me too, Pastor. So I got people to help me.
So I gave up, but maybe I have to go to it.
Yeah, I got them to get me some portable containers, because I don't like bush around me, so they're all in containers.
Oh, okay.
And they're growing now. It's beautiful. I think I have to take pictures and send it to you. Maybe that will
motivate maybe to give me the inspiration too.
So I go out every morning and I look at it, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm actually a farmer now. I'm growing stuff. So for me, that is something new that I'm doing.
Okay.
And I know that a lot of universities and colleges also have new classes. Like, for example, if somebody wanted to learn how to code, so that they'll be able to do apps, or there's a lot of free classes that is going on in all of these universities. So for example, if somebody wanted to learn something that they never had time to learn, this is the time. You can learn it, and that can help you. It can give you a new job opportunity, during this time. So let's try to rechannel our energy from the negative stress into positive stress by doing new things and finding new things to do. So I'm actually registered for a class, and I'll be taking that very soon. So that is something that we can do to help us deal with the stress during this time.
Wow, that's wonderful. Thank you so much. Please, if you have any question, you can ask. We are running out of time anyway, but it has been a blessing. Thank you. And you know, I wrote here, and I want to read it. I say, we are in a season of great miracles and great blessing. Please don't miss them, because your eyes and heart are distracted. You know, with all what is going on, God is still doing wonderful and great things. Wonderful. Miracles are happening. God is moving. I mean, sometimes one Friday we are doing our freedom night and people are getting healings, you know, on Facebook, and people are calling from Maryland, and our prayer line, the testimonies that are coming, it's just a mind-blowing. So God is still working. God is still at the business of doing miracles, touching people financially. Some of us, God is taking care of us. I mean, things are happening, you know. So what you don't want to do, because at the end of the day, the devil is the center of any confusion, and this thing is causing more confusion than anything. And I think the devil is trying to hide, you know, behind these things and cause people's hearts to be failing, because we don't know what is going on. But don't focus on that. Don't focus on that. Focus on the love of God. Focus on your God who never fail, and just focus on what God is doing. You know, in the midst of this, God is working. God is doing great and mighty things. And don't let your eyes and heart be distracted. Don't let the devil, you know, push you to the corner by yourself and telling you that, oh, this is how it's going to be like the rest of your life. You know, all your investment is gone, all your savings is gone, and all those things. No, I believe that some of us will end this year better than we even started. So, just hold on to God. Just hold on to God. So, Pastor, your last words,
And Pastor, what the last thing I wanted to say is that there's always going to be situations that is beyond our control. Something will always come up that is beyond our control. And how we deal with it is how we are going to overcome. How well we deal with it is the way that will give us a good end result. Many of us just don't have good attitude about things. We have to develop a positive attitude in every situation that comes in our lives. Some of us are very, very uptight, and everything bothers us and everything irritates us. But now is the time where we should learn how to have a positive attitude in everything, because God is always working in every situation. No matter how bad it is, no matter how we don't see anything, it is, God is still working. It's like when I planted this seed, it was taking too long. For me, it was taking too long. I said, why is this thing not coming? I want it to come now. But but 3 days before I started, why is this thing not coming? And then Apostle said, just be patient. It's going to come. It's going to come. It's there. It's going to come. And 3 days after, I go outside and I see a little leaf like blooming out of the ground. I said, wow, God is really working when he says he's working. When this thing went to the ground, you think it will never, ever, ever, ever germinate. But when time is right, it will begin to come out. So let's know that God is working no matter what, no matter situation that we are in. He is working. He is working for us. And we just have to, hold on to his word. And we just have to have a positive attitude. And when the time is right, when his time is right, it will bloom, it will blossom, and we will have a positive end. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you so much. God bless you. And my viewers, thank you so much. God bless you. And thank you. I've been in the house throughout some time now. But next week I'm going back to the church to film from there. So I make sure that you join us, and it's going to be a blessing. But once again, please just know that God is in control. One of my things that I've been saying, God is not surprised of this situation. He's not surprised at all. It's not like he doesn't know what he's doing. He's overwhelmed like the way we are overwhelmed. He's not overwhelmed. He's still in charge of the affairs, and he's still 100% control of all that is going on. So let's continue to hold on to him, and he will not fail us. He will surely will not fail us. So thank you so much for joining us today. Pastor, thank you so much. Kiss my baby for me. And say hello to the apostle too. And we'll talk to you later. God bless you.
Have a wonderful day, everyone.
Same to you. Go out and be a wonderful woman or a man of influence. Bye. I see you next Tuesday. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.